Welcome to Singletrack Session number 55, 22nd Street Trailhead, Studio 78. Kind of all the normals minus different weather today.
Yeah.
We got some beanies. We got some hoodies on.
We do.
Got beanies on my mind.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, it's a little chilly today.
Yeah.
Been some rain, but it's pretty right now.
It sure is.
I love this weather.
Leaves are starting to change.
I know.
See that up high?
I'm excited to see some photos. We're going to start getting with those leaves changing.
I know,
and
me
then
too.
Getting out there running into some of those leaves. But
There's some clouds hanging over the peaks right now because it's been raining.
we got a little snow here and there.
Yeah, up high.
Yeah,
Not down here.
No,
we don't want
not
that down here.
No, go away.
Go away.
But yeah, we had a just quick catch up Tuesday. We didn't have episode 97. We had a schedule conflict with our guest.
Right.
Something came up last minute, so we apologize. That didn't come through. We were kind of up against it, and bam, it just didn't work out. So instead of just throwing something together, we decided to wait.
Yeah, I think it's better that way.
So yeah, let's just jump right into it. A few happenings over the past week and some stuff coming up. So one thing you shot me, or a friend of ours, Brian, shot us this article. I think it was from the Denver Post.
Yeah, it was.
And it was an interesting read.
Well, it's something we've been talking about all summer.
It really has been. Obviously, this is from a different area, but in general, we've been talking about it. So essentially, we'll have the link to the article online, but 11 fatalities on 14ers in Colorado since March. From March to September, 11 fatalities.
Right, that seems like a lot.
And that doesn't include injuries, rescues.
Right.
That's just fatalities.
Yep.
And if you read the article, it's interesting, different opinions. I went through and started reading the comments.
On 14ers?
Yeah. At the bottom of that article, there's comments from people, and some
Mhm.
people make some really good points. Obviously, you got the trolls.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting topic.
Right.
Like Joel mentioned, we've been talking about it all summer, is just, people getting, and let's back up. 14ers are not normal peaks to begin with, right? So we're talking Colorado. They've got some gnarly, and I think almost half of them are pretty close. Whereas on Capitol, or around Capitol.
Yeah, they got Capitol Peak, I think, is where quite a bit of the deaths happened.
Yeah, that's some of the accidents. But some of the interviews in that article talk about people not preparing themselves properly for these things. Whether it's, they said, there was a kid that somebody that may have had been a fatality was in like skateboard shoes.
Yeah, he had skater shoes on.
So again, it's just not. It's one of those things where I'm going to do that because someone else did it, right? And you never like to say what people were thinking, but it's definitely, they mentioned a lot of those fatalities and a lot of the injuries come from people that just aren't prepared.
Right.
They don't go out properly. Like we see a lot of people like a Jared Campbell, a Luke Nelson, a Nick Petitella recently, Megan Hicks. I mean, those, they know what they're doing.
Well, they put the time in to learn, right?
I think that's a big thing.
And I think that's what that article really was discussing, is that a lot of these people see from social media, and it looks cool, and looks fun, and looks rad, and they get themselves in over their heads real quick because they haven't done their homework, or they haven't spent the time learning the proper route. And it seems like a handful of these deaths were attributed to going down the wrong descent path and falling off a 600-foot cliff.
Yeah, and some you even read, and even the rescue ones, there's stuff about people not being prepared for weather.
Yep.
Hey, it's nice down in the parking lot.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm going to do this in my T-shirt,
right?
Yeah, and so, hypothermias and things like that. And the other thing it talked about is knowing when to turn around.
Right, exactly. That's huge.
Knowing when, hey, today's not the day for this.
Right.
It's the peak will be there
It'll still
later,
be there. Yeah.
and I'll just have to come back. Right.
That's right.
But it's a good read. It's a good article. You did have the people on there saying, but how many deaths were there on Denver freeways in that time frame?
But I think statistically, there was a higher amount of deaths on the mountain compared to driving.
Numbers wise.
Yeah.
And they did say there's definitely an increase of people up there now.
They did say that. They said that through, what was it, the first 3 or 4 months, they saw more visitation than they did all the previous year. Yeah.
So, I mean, and, we'll go back to this forever. I mean, on this show for sure. But just, be smart, know when to say when, know your capabilities. Don't think if you don't do it for whatever reason that you're not good enough, strong enough, whatever it might be. Just be smart.
Yeah, because we want you doing this well into your old age.
Yeah, and not only be smart, but make sure you pass along and educate people. You know, if someone's asking you questions saying, hey, I'm getting ready to do X this weekend, or I want to do this, what's the best route? You know, take it upon yourself to ask some questions. You know, if you know this person, they're coming to you for a reason. Maybe say, oh yeah, you know, are you ready for this? Are you taking this? Do you have this?
And give them the full details. Don't give them partial.
Don't say, yeah, when you get to this part, you got the best picture ever.
Because that's your selfie stick. Not what it's about. It's about getting up and down in one piece.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a good article. We'll have, like I said, we'll have the link. It was from the Denver Post on the 15th of September. Read through that. It's good stuff. It is good.
They have a program that's coming out. I think it's called Peak Awareness, where they're going to try to model their avalanche awareness program.
That. That's awesome.
And it'll be for the summer. So I think that'll be a good first step. Is trying just to create that awareness, teaching people that are new-ish to the mountaineering scene.
Well, and they did mention in the article that avalanche deaths are down.
Right.
And they attribute that to the continued education and kind of that push, because it is. I mean, you think about it. I mean, there is. I mean, we have avalanche classes around here a couple times a winter at least. And I think there's just more advocacy out there and more education out there, and people don't think of, oh, it's summer, what do I have to worry about? Right. You know, I'm not going to get caught in an avalanche, but falling rocks and weather and routes is huge.
Route decision is big. And I think that's one of the things that they were kind of touching on in the article is, we have all this technology, we can get fit real easily, but it always comes down to your decision-making process.
Mm-hmm.
In the end, that's generally what makes the difference.
Well, and realistically, I talk to my kids about this all the time. Still, I mean, as children and as adults, we don't know better, but your decision-making process, where do I cross the street?
Yeah.
Do I cross now? Do I take candy from strangers in a Volkswagen bus?
I think we're out, so the kids are safe.
But it is. I mean, most things do boil down to that decision-making process.
Right.
And, and we don't know. I mean, it doesn't go into detail of every single example of fatality. I'm sure you could find it, or rescues, but I mean, they said a big portion of that was decision-making, being not on the right route, because there are so many trails. I mean, even our backyard, the mountain right here.
Oh, yeah.
You have established trails, and these, we call them spider trails.
Yeah, little social trails.
You know, and those are the ones that, hey, I wonder where this goes. Well, make sure you're careful. Don't do it at night.
Yeah, especially like back in on Indian Trail.
Yeah.
Some of those little social trails that go to the little pretty places to take pictures.
Yeah.
Those are usually at a cliff
edge
where it drops off.
Yeah. So just make sure you're careful out there. I can just encourage you to read the article, and it helps. I mean, it helped me even more just to kind of ingrain it in my head.
Right.
Not that I'm a risk taker anymore, but it's just good to have that information out there.
Yeah.
Next up, we had a race that we're familiar with. Been up, IMTUF, up in McCall, Idaho. They had their race this past weekend because we talked about being part of the sky running series.
Right.
And
looks like they had some good weather.
It had some, looked like the weather was pretty good.
Yeah.
I saw people without anything but a shirt, shorts. They didn't have to bundle up in puffies or too much snow. But Helen Peltzer in 27:59 took away the women, and men was Eric Schulte in 21:25. That's a good time on that course.
Yeah, it is.
21:25. Yeah. And then, of course, through social media, people have seen that the Death Cab for Cuties guy ran it in pretty respectable time, I believe. It was like 27 hours,
oh my gosh,
maybe?
that's awesome.
If I remember right. I mean, he's run hundreds before.
Yeah, but like you said, that's good for that course.
That is good for that course. So props
course
there for sure. Another race that we talked about a little bit was the Glencoe Skyline 55K.
Yeah.
And I'll be the first to admit, I didn't realize how gnarly that course was.
I remember it being gnarly from Luke saying that Glencoe was the hardest one he did, because he did the series last year, right? He did Tromsø and he did Glencoe, and he said Glencoe made Tromsø look like a child's play.
Jeez. Yeah, that one I was reading, it's a lollipop course.
Yeah.
Class 3 scrambling, right?
I thought it had Class 5.
I think I'm not sure.
They might have. That might have been
changed the route though.
Really?
On this one because of something. But
okay.
I know that it says there's Class 3 scrambling, 15,600 feet of gain.
And that's
a 55K.
Yeah, 50K. That's a lot.
That's
folks.
insane.
Yeah.
Because it was in. They had it's in meters as well. They put it on their site, so I did the quick converter.
Yeah.
And we were about 15,583 or something. I rounded up to 6 because it sounded cool. And the women on that course record.
Yeah.
Emily Forsberg, 753.
She's tough.
And the man,
the boss,
the Hornet, Course record,
Yeah.
6 1/4, 6:25.
That's 2 weeks after UTMB.
Yeah, that's a true power couple right there.
I know, right?
So can you imagine the offspring there?
It's going to be unfair to everybody.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, it's almost like they're going to be smart. It's like they're going to come out and everybody's going to expect this mountain goat to pop out.
Yeah, right?
There'll be some really, opposite end of the spectrum.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone's like, I don't like the mountains, but check out this spreadsheet.
Yeah. So I was checking out that race on Saturday morning, I think is when that was run, or Sunday, whenever that race was run. They had a tracking system similar to Hard Rock.
Oh, wow.
So they had the map, and then they had pins for each individual person. I love that system.
That's really cool.
I hope more races go to that.
I wonder what the cost of something like that is.
I don't know.
That'd be good. Like if you're a race director on a good race,
Yeah.
check it out.
I'd love to see Western States go to that.
Even it adds a couple bucks per entry.
Yeah. Just find a sponsor that'll help you cover that somehow.
There
Something.
You go. This tracking provided by
Yeah, exactly.
Help whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is cool.
That
I didn't
was
watch
so cool.
this race,
And you
but
could
that's
see
a cool
the Hornet
thing.
was way out front, and then you're like, oh, he's got this. And then you could see how close second, third, fourth, and fifth were, and you're just like, oh, I bet you fifth can maybe catch fourth.
That's
And
awesome.
Fifth was Max King.
Oh, wow.
Max came in fifth.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I didn't look at all the results. I just saw the power couple, the Hornet and Emily. So, yeah, that's pretty coarse, though, some of the photos I saw.
Yeah, scary.
Yeah, it's scary for sure. Something that I would like to take photos of. And also, we had another FKT broken this past weekend.
Yeah.
Seems like they're just dropping right now. Because we talked about Appalachian Trail last week. We talked about Colorado Trail.
Right.
And now the John Muir Trail has dropped by Darcy. Darcy Piceu, 222 miles.
Yeah.
3 days, 8 hours.
Oh.
Bested the women's by, I think, 12 hours.
Eight or 12, something like that.
Yeah, and then the men's, I never found it.
She was close to the
She was
overall.
close to the overall.
She was
men.
close to the overall.
She had a great team out there helping her, but
Yeah.
man, that's awesome.
I know.
222 miles and
that trail's not easy.
no, it's not easy.
No, not easy one bit.
So that's crazy. These FK. I wonder which the next one's going to be to fall. What could fall? I mean,
I don't know.
Grand Canyon's pretty stout.
Oh man.
Walmsley, right?
Yeah.
He's got the Grand Canyon. What's one that we could? I don't know. There's got to be
There's
something.
like PCT.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
and then you've got the Continental Trail.
Those are the others that you hear a lot
There's
about.
that one that goes from north to south in Arizona. That looks pretty cool. Gosh, there's a couple other ones that Ultimate Direction sponsored.
Oh, that's right.
Right, they had the scholarship.
Yep.
So maybe we'll see some stuff out of those.
But yeah, that's pretty crazy. Some sad news to report is the Gorge Falls races, the 50K and the 100K, are canceled for 2018 due to that fire.
Yeah.
The Forest Services, we're not even going to be able to get in to look at trails until late spring, so we're going to have to postpone that and see. Maybe 2019 will be on, maybe not.
You never know. There's some gnarly fires up there for
But
sure.
that was some beautiful territory, so that's not just the races being canceled, but just in general. And
Well, hopefully Western States will find another event for a golden ticket race.
I think the Gib Wallace 7-miler would be a good one.
Yeah, we might be able to bump that up to a 10-miler.
Yeah,
I'm working on that.
If you give us a golden ticket, we'll bump it to 10. How's that?
I think that we'll have a legit 10-miler for next spring for you.
And if you give us a golden ticket for it, we'll even do the tracking.
Yeah, exactly.
Color commentate. We'll have people on the course reporting live
That'd be awesome.
for 10 miles.
We'll have drone footage.
We need a drone pilot.
That's right.
Apply here. But some of the big news that's really taken social media, and we've had miniature discussions about it, is the announcement from the Run Rabbit Run.
Yeah.
Talk about it is a game changer in a few ways.
It can be if it has staying power.
And that's what we're going to find out.
Right. If it lasts for 5-10 years, then it's a game changer.
Yeah.
But if it's one and done, no.
But just the idea behind it.
Yeah.
Like when because you gotta figure we're a crazy society. We see that dollar symbol and then we see the numbers after it, and that'll pique your eyes regardless.
Sure.
Like I've got no rabbit in the game, so to say.
I saw the dollar amount. I was like, oh, I got to read this right now.
I thought, man, I better start training.
Yeah.
Like quit my
Not
job
me.
and full-time training. That could help me. But I'm going to read, just because it's not real long, and those of you who haven't seen it, I'm going to read the little press release they came out with. I didn't write it. Just reading it. I'm going to preface that because there's some words there that kind of like, huh.
Yeah, they had the intern write it.
But so here it is real quick if you haven't heard about it. If you have, bear with us. The Run Rabbit Run 50 and 100-mile endurance run presented by Ultra is pleased to announce their creation of the inaugural $100,000 Run Rabbit Run Rabbit Cup to be held September 14th and 15th in Steamboat Springs, Colorado, to be run at the distance of 100 miles. Coupled with the Run Rabbit Run's existing $65,000 purse, Ultra's Run Rabbit Run 100-mile run. There you go.
They should have just called it the Rabbit Cup. Yeah. Ultra's Rabbit Cup would have been such a better way to promote this.
Yeah, the RC.
Yeah.
They'll offer a total purse prize of $165,000.
Right.
That's more than we make for the show.
Yeah.
Making it far the largest trail ultra purse in the world. The Rabbit Cup, thank you, will be the first event of its kind in the world and is designed to promote the sport of ultra running in America while creating a lucrative opportunity for those participating in and supporting the sport, as well as supporting the charities of Northern Colorado.
Oh.
Here's the kicker. This is the interesting part.
Yes.
There will be 10 individuals or entries.
There's 10 entries, is what they should have said.
Yeah. Who will pay $10,000.
There's 10 slots, and you got to pay $10,000
to buy a slot
to buy that
for your
slot
team.
For your team. And your team can have?
Each team will consist of 3 runners with 1 male and 1 female runner.
And like you said, then the third
unicorn,
slot,
I guess,
the unicorn or Yeti.
Yeti, unicorn, gremlin. Each team will consist of 3 runners with 1 male and 1 female runner's time combined to determine total time. In addition to the $100,000.
Wait, back up. Just the male and the female, or all 3 people?
It just says with 1 male and 1 female. So I guess you have 2 male, they take the fastest, or 2 female, they take the fastest.
Really?
That's what it sounds like. 1 male and 1 female runners' times combined.
So they're gonna. So what? Why have the third person then?
Just in case someone DNFs, maybe you got a backup.
Okay, I can see that.
But
That'd
what
be
if
all right.
what if you had 2 men and 1 woman? And the woman didn't make it, or vice versa. You had 2 women and 1 man. The man doesn't make it. You take the 2 women? You couldn't.
I don't know.
You couldn't.
Because the way that press release is written, you have to have a male and a female
finisher
for the combined
can you
time.
imagine that? If you had like 1 man, 2 women, and the man didn't make it, you're out.
Yeah, exactly. You're out.
Wow, that's a lot of pressure.
Well, we'll find out more details as the rules are revealed.
And the press release is expanded upon.
Yes.
In addition to the $100,000 purse money awarded to the fastest teams, all runners will be eligible for the event's existing $65,000 individual prize money.
Right.
First prize for the winning team will be $50,000.
Yeah.
So here's my thing. If you have 3 people, 1 DNFs, you got $50,000. You give them any?
I think in good faith you should. If they helped you get,
I think you sign a contract.
Line. Yeah, exactly.
You have to make at least 50 miles to be eligible.
I think that's fair.
If you make it 20 and say, I'm done, you guys are kicking butt, but I'm going to take that $18,000 or whatever it is.
Or you have to make like the 100K.
Something.
Or 75 miles.
It's probably a team basis, right?
Yeah.
Second place will be awarded $20,000. Third through 6 will earn 15, 10, 5, and 3.
Yeah.
So 10th place, you pay $10,000, you get 3 back if you take 6 teams.
So if your sponsor pays $10,000 and you came in like 7th place and got $3,000, does that mean
7th you get 0?
Yeah.
So you get 0 money.
Okay, so if you get in the 5th place, you get what, 3,000?
6th is 3,000.
So if you get in the 6th and you get 3,000, do you owe your sponsor then that
$7,000? Sell lemonade
back?
At the finish line.
How's that going to work?
I guess your sponsor's got to be aware of this.
Yeah.
Right?
Like no strings attached.
Yeah. Say, you can pay my $10,000, but whatever happens, happens.
Right.
But
if you win the 50,000 pot, do you have to give the sponsor back $10,000?
$10,000. I think, man, that's gonna be a team by team basis.
Yeah,
we'll sponsor somebody. We'll give you $100, but we want $200 back.
Yeah, I like that.
We're like a loan shark.
We're gonna start doing that.
If you're short, well, come to us.
Yeah,
we'll work something out.
Yeah, exactly.
It's small interest.
Washing the bus.
If you don't finish, you don't want to know. This is those purchasing a slot. So if you're buying this $10,000 slot, you can race, lease, contract, share, or sell their place at the starting line. So it's first come, first serve.
Can you sell it for more than $10,000?
Doesn't say you can't. Maybe we should do that.
See, there's too much ambiguity right now on this.
We're like, what's funny is we're like making it worse.
Oh,
or opening Pandora's box.
And you know other people are doing the same thing. They're just like, listen, this is a great idea, but we need the details. Give us the nitty-gritty on this.
You know, I think Mako should get Costco sponsored team.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Costco's got the money.
They have a penny or two in their bank account.
Slot holders. This is the good part. Slot holders. So if you've got one of these holding slots, you need not name their runners at the time of purchase.
Okay.
So basically, it should say you don't need to name your runners. Not need.
What'd be cool is that you have the reveal, your slot reveal.
That's
like
awesome.
The night before.
Nobody knows.
Nobody
like if
knows.
North Face buys a slot or Solomon,
you only
don't know
North
who's
Face
coming.
got the slot, right?
Because you don't have to announce it. You can. They must be named no later than September 1st. So that's like 2 weeks before the race.
Right.
That, you know what? If you buy a team, don't announce it.
Yeah, exactly.
This would be awesome.
Don't announce it and just freaking bust out the baddest of bad.
Here you go. I'm giving you an idea out there, and if you want to send us some money for this, go for it. If you buy a slot, if you're the North Face, Solomon, whoever you Costco, and you buy a slot, don't announce your team, but launch a video on September 1st, like when kids go to college now.
Yeah.
Do some crazy video to announce your team.
Yeah.
Like have like a bunch of people running, and then each of them take their shirt off or something. It's like with a shirt underneath says "I'm in" or "Not me."
Or
some cool reveal, right? Video style.
Because everybody does reveals now, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got kids sign for colleges. They do these crazy 5-minute reveals of where they're going.
When you do like
babies,
baby reveal.
Yeah. This is it. Okay, so that should be part of the rules.
I think so too.
We just announced that.
Yeah.
Or if you want us involved in the reveal, let us know.
That'd be fun.
We'll be down with that. Original slot holders will have first option to participate in future Rabbit Cup races, and will share equally in any media rights.
Okay. That's some legal mumbo jumbo right there.
Slot holders will be entitled to 3 complimentary 100-mile race entries, as well as complimentary lodging. So that makes it a little bit better.
Okay, the complimentary lodging, that I can see that, but really entries, I mean,
like
come on.
You get 3 more.
You're giving them $10,000. Yeah, you should
get at least 3.
Does that $10,000 not buy you an entry?
You get 3. You get your team and 3.
Gosh.
So like if you have a team and you pick your team and you need extra people to run, you can hit us up. And the lodging will take.
Yeah.
Other benefits to slot holders will also be provided. Now we don't know what those are. Massages.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Cheese curds, beer, whatever.
Yeah.
Slots are now available for purchase.
Whoa.
So they're on. There's 10. They're going quick. There's 10 left.
I think this is going to change some math for next year. People were maybe thinking about UTMB, but now they're like, maybe I'll check this out.
You know what's going to happen, too, though, is there's a lot of races out there watching this, and there might be some minor tweakages, not like to this extreme, but I could see other races doing some variations.
Maybe. I don't know. Some of the older races are never going to change.
Yeah, and they shouldn't.
Right.
I mean,
Western
there's a lot
States
that
will
shouldn't.
never change. Hard Rock will never change.
But I'm not talking even of that as maybe like more team event races.
I'd like to see more team event races.
That's what I'm thinking. It might spawn from this.
You know, between 4 and 6 people and scoring at kind of cross-country style.
Yeah. I could see that.
That'd be fun.
And just have a different category for it.
Yeah.
Right? But that's what I'm saying. I think that, because I had a conversation with somebody about this, but I think that would add another layer.
Yeah.
Right? For people. I mean, it'd be kind of fun, right?
Yeah, it'd be way fun.
I mean, it's not really Wasatch relay stuff because you want them to finish, like you said, cross-country style, combined times.
It's the same course. You're running on the same course at the same time.
Yeah, that's better.
And, you know, if you place the most people in the top 10, then you win, right?
Yeah. That'd be interesting.
It'd be fun.
That'd be fun.
I can see, like, Buffalo Run can do that for sure.
Yeah, courses like that where it's like maybe a loop or easier to maintain or not. I could see that because it reminds me, and I just go back and I don't even name the show. It's a Disney show with Kevin Costner about cross-country runners in California.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, that show was pretty good because they had the one little chubby dude that kicked butt in the final race. So inspired. I went out and ate donuts after that. I'm like, I want to be that guy.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, that's going to be interesting to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
But I really want the reveal to go down that way. I really do.
It'd be fun.
I really would like to see, sure, 10 slots filled, but it just says Costco, North Face.
Solomon.
The Gentle Dental.
Gentle Dental.
Whoever it is, right?
Yeah.
Whoever sponsors these.
Exactly.
And then September 1st, you have this like social media YouTube reveal battle.
Right.
Right.
It'll be hard for some of the runners to keep it under wraps. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, you'll know because it's like, oh, they're not running that,
Yeah.
that, or
They're
that,
not
but they're
doing
training that
UTMB?
hard.
Oh, okay, I know what they're doing now.
Yeah. But it'd be
Right.
kind of cool. And I think they should all have team names instead of North Face or Solomon. They should have team names.
Yeah,
Like the Spunky
Dragons,
Monkeys or
the Spankin' Monkeys.
Yeah, something like that. Some crazy team name I think would be fun too. It'd be funner. And this is what, like for us spectators, this is just going to be fun, right? Like
it should be.
And it's going to be fun. So make it fun.
Yeah.
Don't make it all legal and, I don't know. I'm going to see the contract. So
Don't take the fun out of it.
yeah,
How's
don't
that?
take the fun out of it. That's why we do this thing.
That's right.
So yeah, enough about that. But anyway, pretty interesting. Love to hear your thoughts because there's some stuff on. You've read some things on social media where people are talking about is this good or bad for the sport.
Yeah.
There's that. We've had this talk for a long time. Sponsors, are they good or bad for the sport?
Right.
And you could take that either direction. It really is. Two sides of the coin.
It is. It's both good and bad for the sport.
It really is.
To be honest.
And people said that about
Yeah.
podcasts and you're making the sport grow.
Right.
And we get it.
Yeah.
But we're also trying to educate people and make it done right. And what's the last thing? Fun. We're making
That's
it fun.
right. As long as they keep it fun, it's always going to be good for the sport.
That's right. So yeah, that's it for that one. But speaking of not fun,
Yeah.
I just got my butt handed to me in Fantasy Football League. I'm 0-2.
Uh-oh.
Oh no! Last week I lost by 2 points. This week I got hammered.
Got creamed.
Like hammered. Like I was embarrassed. I almost quit. So I think Nate Reese beat me.
Did he?
That's who it was. Yeah, he crushed me this week. Like not even close.
Yeah.
It was bad. So that's not fun. I'm 0-2. Bottom of the barrel. But something did cheer me up this week.
What's that?
We got a package from Wisconsin.
We did.
Holy cow.
Our new best friend.
We posted it on social media. Holly from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
We're pretty close to besties.
Yeah, now we are.
Now we are. Like, I know, me and Anna Frost have been besties for a while. People know that story. Holly's right there now.
She's creeping up.
She really is.
Right?
The only difference is, like, I have there's a picture on our website with me and Anna and you. We just don't have that with Holly yet, but
we can probably make that happen.
yeah, for sure. Because after the care package we got, I'm ready to go to Wisconsin.
I know.
I've never been to Wisconsin.
Me neither.
So ever. But we got a package in the mail. It says on the site, it says Fragila.
Yeah.
And we got a couple pint glasses.
Yes.
And those of you that follow us know, I don't know how long ago it was, 6 months, 8 months, a year, I posted this picture because I saw it on Instagram.
Right.
And the pint glass is from Lakefront Brewery
Right.
in Milwaukee. And it says, I run because beer and cheese curds.
That's right.
And when I saw that on social media, I was like, that's me.
Yeah.
Like, that was made for me. There's one of those and it's mine.
Right.
But apparently it's not one and it wasn't for me. But she sent us a couple of those.
Yes, she did.
She sent us some cheese curds,
Yep.
which are insanely amazing.
Super squeaky.
Oh, my gosh. So good. Some coffee.
Yes.
And last but not least, some brews.
Yeah, I'm amazed she was ballsy enough to send that.
Oh, it says
Right.
Fragile Glass. It showed up,
Right.
and they were cans.
Yeah.
It's from the Lakefront
We need more
Brewery.
people to do that.
Yeah, the cans travel
the cans
easy.
travel real well.
Well, even the cheese curds. So
Yeah.
we got this really nice letter, too.
It's somewhere.
And I'm going to find it because I have it here. So she sent a letter, and it was cracking me up because she was asking about the Speed Goat.
Yeah.
She wants to come do that because she's from Utah.
If it's around next year.
Yeah, been around the area. Coffee from the local roaster, Collectivo, and it smells really good. And the cheese curds are from Clock Shadow Creamery. She says they're squeaky and legit as hell.
That's right.
She says, don't worry that they aren't refrigerated. That's just how we do things here.
I know. I like it.
And it was awesome. Yeah, I'm so psyched. So the beer, back to that. River West Stein Amber Lager from Lakefront Brewery. What a care package. I made my whole day.
Yeah.
And I've been giddy.
I look forward to the next one we get.
Oh, yeah, we're okay with that.
I know.
Right?
Especially, this was perfect. A little bit of cheese, a little bit of beer, and then a really rad pint glass to pour that beer into.
So the way I looked at it was like all my food groups. You had the beer, you had the cheese, you had the coffee.
Yeah.
I could survive
much.
off those.
Yeah.
And this pint glass will be my go-to going forward.
Yeah.
At home.
Mm-hmm.
On the road, it's my Trail Manners stainless steel pint.
As it should be.
But first, it says, first off, thanks for putting out one of my favorite, and that is underlined, podcasts. I love it.
That was so nice of her.
So thank you, Holly. Oh, the part that really got me, though, is, where is it? This is a pretty good note. Oh, yeah. So they do a fun run. Okay, this is every week.
Every week.
Not just once a month.
No.
Every week at Lakefront Brewery.
Yeah.
Already, you're close to my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Followed by half-priced pints and curds. So it's pretty much the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Period. I could not imagine that if we had that here.
We'd be in trouble.
Oh, yeah, I would be in trouble for sure. That's awesome. So I want to go to Wisconsin now. The Ice Age 50 has been on my bucket list.
Yep.
And so after I got this and tasted the cheese curds, I thought, how am I getting there?
Right.
Well, Milwaukee is close to LeGrand. It's like
Right.
45 minutes to an hour.
Okay.
So LeGrand is where the race is.
All right.
Milwaukee is where the fun is.
That's where the fun is.
Right? And then it's in May.
Okay.
And like an hour-ish away is Chicago.
All
I
right.
can go see a Cubs game. So this
there you go.
is like a trip for me now that I'm looking at.
All
It
right.
gives me an excuse to get to Wisconsin, try some of this fresh stuff. So, so thank you so much, Holly.
Yeah, thank you
for
very
that.
much.
What else we got going on? Let's start with a quick little announcement. So you might want to start checking your couch cushions. We're in the process right now of designing a new palm beanie.
Mm-hmm.
We came out with ones last year. We brought 50 of them. They went quick.
They did.
This year we're doing 50 more.
Yep.
And the design is not completed. We're working with Boco Gear again on this.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully within the next week we'll have the designs finalized.
Yes.
We'll have them up for pre-sale.
Yep.
And once they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah, once we hit 50, that's it.
And it's about a little over a month turn time.
Yeah,
So
you should get them the first part of
November?
No. Is it November? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's say middle of November.
To be safe. Yeah, we'll announce it once we get the ball rolling.
Right.
We're just waiting on design because we want some cool ones. So
we're going to get them out early this year because last year we got them kind of
late.
out
We
late.
got on it a little late.
Yeah, so this year we're getting them out on time.
We're veterans now.
Yeah.
We know how the process
We're thinking
works.
ahead.
So yeah, keep your eyes open there. We'll make an announcement, but again, there's only going to be 50.
Yeah.
And once they're gone, and with not to toot a horn, but we just did like 1,700 and something downloads the other day in one day.
Yeah.
And we only have 50 beanies, so they might go quick.
You do the math.
Yeah, you might want to get on that quick.
That's
It's almost like getting on Ultra Sign Up when a race opens. If you're not in, you're sold out, and then
Speaking
we
of
don't
that,
have a wait
You
list.
see how fast that Ute 100?
Yeah, I'm not happy about that.
Is it sold out?
I checked this morning. There were 42 spots left out of 250, and that opened yesterday. It crashed the site.
Yeah.
And I want to run that race, but it's not in the budget right now.
Yeah.
It's a little early because we got other things. The Bear, we're going to reopen soon.
Yeah, that's
and a
more
few
important.
early season races. Like I'm looking at financials for like Arches,
Yeah.
Black Canyon,
Right.
something that's already open, and the Ute. It's a good price though, $250.
I was surprised it came in at 250. I thought it was going to come in a lot higher.
I did too,
Mm-hmm.
especially as much traveling as Sean does.
Well, I think it's going to be hard to get those aid stations in.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but 250, and there's 250 slots. Last I checked, it was 42. And by the time the show launches, it'll be less than that.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty legit race. There's a mandatory gear list that you got to carry.
2 drop bags total.
I like that
At
idea
about
too.
10 aid stations.
Right.
So it's pretty self-supported.
Yeah, this isn't your. This probably shouldn't be your first Hyundai.
Yeah, it shouldn't.
No.
It doesn't look like, especially with just the overall how high you're going to be all the time.
Yes.
And for those that aren't familiar with Utah weather and those altitudes, it can change rapidly. It doesn't matter that it's in August.
That's kind of the tail end of the monsoon, so you're probably going to get some rain.
Yeah. So I mean, it's going to be legit.
Yeah.
And I hope it goes well. And like I said, we've talked about it before. He's done enough races where
He knows what he's doing.
he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
There's just things you can't plan for.
No.
Right. So yeah, that's.
So I don't think that's going to be in. Like I said, if we get to November and there's still a spot open, I'll sign up for it.
I could make it in October.
I could probably do it in October, but my big fear is that the Bear opens up and then people just crush it, and all of a sudden I'm 100 deep in the wait list. I don't want to do that.
I don't either. So that's the kicker. But
Yeah.
it'll be fun. I know we have Sarah Ohms coming out.
She is. That'd be fun to go meet her.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. So yeah, filling up fast. Next up, we have Strava week for the Trail Manners group.
Mhm.
Our page is 2+ strong. Distance was Andy Noyes, 101.4.
That dude's.
I'm going to do my research. He's clocking the miles, man.
He is putting in so many. Where's he live?
I'm not sure, to be
We
honest
need to
with
find
you.
that out. Andy, where you
It's
live?
easy, yeah, it's easy to look. Run time, Andy Noyes, 30 hours.
Is he just doing
6
like
minutes.
100-miler every week?
I don't know what's going on, to be honest with you. I should check more. Climbing with Shalise Morgan, 13,834.
Oh, that's a local girl.
For the week, so pretty good stuff there. And now we come to the part of the show, the Woody Footies.
The Woody Footy special for this week is...
So this week, again, everybody stepped it up. We called for it last week.
Big time they stepped it up.
And you answered. So first we want to thank Sign Garage, who sponsors this part of the show for a year. Unbelievable what Elizabeth and Nate are doing. Again, on historic 25th Street here in beautiful Ogden, Utah. They do a lot of cool things.
They do.
And, we'll have some more work coming their way from us. But reach out to them if you need anything. Some cool leather patch hats, some beanies, some shirts. I mean, he does design work for stuff.
Car wraps.
Yeah, they do car wraps. They do everything. So check them out, the Sign Garage here in Ogden, Utah. You will not regret it. You will not go wrong with those guys.
Yep.
They do, if you're a race director, they can do your shirts. They can do coffee mugs. They can do all kinds, laser engraving. They can do everything. High fives, they're good at those.
Yep.
So thanks, Sign Garage, for that. And now we'll jump right into it. Joel's got his phone out. We did our pre-meet.
Yep.
And I don't think we 100% decided.
No, we narrowed it down, that's for sure.
But there's some great ones.
I know.
Some of the ones I liked, I loved Lee Moss's Studio 73.
We didn't know you had a bus.
I didn't know you had an orange. Orange is like my favorite color now.
Yeah, Eric would trade you buses probably.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm kind of attached to Studio 73.
That orange bus he had looked good.
It did. It was probably, good condition. So that was really cool to see Lee's bus.
Yeah.
Jeff Metzger, 14,000 feet.
Yeah.
Mount, is it Beardorf or Beardorf or something? Something like that. I'm not good with the
French.
I think that's German.
Oh,
that one was German.
Even worse, it's a German.
And I'm actually probably better with German because I took that in school.
Did you?
Auf Wiedersehen. Guten Tag.
There you go.
Wie geht's? Gut danke und dir. Let's see. But yeah, some great photos. Christopher Fell, he has our first photo ever posted from Greece, which is pretty cool.
That was a cool looking canyon here.
Yeah, that's not what I picture Greece when I hear Greece or see pictures of Greece.
Right.
When I saw that photo, I'm like, oh, that's cool.
That's legit.
Right? They got some cool stuff in Greece, not just some grapes and some guys in togas, man.
Grapes and togas.
That's what I think of Greece.
Do you? Okay.
Grapes, togas,
Zeus.
Lightning bolts, stuff like that. And then the food, gyros.
Gyros.
I love those bad boys. Some gyros and some. What's the dessert called? Is it falafels? Is that what those are? What are the dessert they got?
Oh man,
it's escaping me right now.
Me too. It's honey pastry goodness.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh
it's just
gosh.
You say it, but you put a Greek spin on what it is. Couple umlauts.
I can't think of it.
That's
right
what it's
now.
called. It's called a honey. What'd you call it?
Pastry.
Goodness. That's what they're called. That's the American translation of what they are.
I have an elderly Greek neighbor, and she still makes it, by scratch, and she brings it over every holiday.
Oh man!
And you're just like, oh my gosh, that's so good.
Moving to your neighborhood.
It's so yummy, but man, you just like gut bomb sick afterwards.
Aren't they super light though?
No,
they're not.
I mean, yes, because the phyllo pastry dough is pretty light.
Yeah.
Right, but when you put all that honey and nuts and whatever else in there, it's oh my gosh,
cheese on
so
it.
dense.
Yeah. Beer chaser.
Beer chaser.
So yeah. Anyway, back to the original
back
thing.
to the Woody Footy.
So some of the there's a lot. This was a good week.
We had like 3 super legit ones,
and I had a top like 8.
Yeah,
because I'm a sucker for scenery.
Yeah.
Jen Thistle, Picture Lake.
About, right?
It's pretty much. Jen Thistle, Picture Lake, and Mount Shuxon.
Yeah.
Another crazy name. What else we got? John Muir Trail. What do we got here? Brady Vandergrift from IMTUF.
That was a top contender for me.
What else you got?
Michelle Dillon, the Citadel. That looks like it's fun alpine scrambling. Nevin Hill, John Muir Wilderness, like you said. Amy Pett, where's she at this week? Somewhere in Texas.
Wow.
Maybe she's moving to Texas now.
Man, global traveler.
I know. Alex Terrell up in the Wolverine Cirque. That's a pretty cool place to go. I've been up there in the wintertime, not in the summer. Looking good. Jim Butler in New Hampshire, cloudy New Hampshire. D. Wolf, Furry Peak.
Oh, that's a cool one.
Yeah, it is. Michael Taylor, drinking some beers on the summit.
Yeah, nice.
I know, I like that. John DeMartin, somewhere in the British Columbia, up in Canadiaville.
Canadiaville.
Yeah. Bern Heisel just killing the selfie again.
Sardine.
I know. Looking good. Mm-hmm. Christopher Fell out in Greece in some cool-looking canyon. Oh, man. Kate Crocker, Little Cottonwood, up by Wolverine. Andrew Giles, Edmonton.
Good one.
That was really good. I really liked that one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Oh, Richard Allen stepped it up.
He was so close, huh?
He almost got the win this week.
Yeah, that was close. And Joel's going to tell you why you didn't.
Well, I gave him a hard time. I was like, listen, man, if you want to win, you got to step it up.
That's right. He called it back, too.
Yeah, you can't just take a picture of your super leafy greenness that you have in the Midwest. So what did he do? He drove 1,600 miles.
Yep.
He climbed 2,000 feet up Mount Woodson, and then he stood on the very end of this little potato chip flake of a rock, which is all good and well, but we want you to really step it up, Richard. I think if you had done like some pull-ups on that flake,
where
maybe
you're just hanging from it and then doing a pull-up,
maybe some planking,
the Tebow,
maybe something like that.
Yeah,
that would have got you first place. So we encourage you to try harder next week.
Joel's busting it now.
He did awesome. Our boys from up in Idaho Falls, Jeff Fulmer and the other dudes, were out in this really cool-looking race course.
Yeah,
that got me interested in that race.
Yeah,
the
gnarly bear.
Yep. Yeah. So if we don't go running the Tetons that weekend, I think I'm going to go do that race. So that looks good. Mark Robbins getting really high in the Wasatch. Aaron Hill, Farmington Canyon.
That was sweet.
Top 3 for sure.
Yep.
Jeremy Haddock running the Huntsville, doing a cartwheel.
Somersault
Across the finish line. You goof. Oh my gosh. Jim Skaggs running Xterra 2 weeks after Wasatch.
And he won his age division.
Natalie Sheffield, Mill Creek Canyon.
That was
man, that was money.
So here's the deal with that one. The mountains.
Yeah.
That is just one of my favorite looks of pictures. Not just that one, but how they have the different layers and they're kind of different colors. It reminds me of pictures I've seen of like the Smoky Mountains.
Right.
Oh my gosh, I saw that and I'm like, ding, ding, ding.
Okay, so she's in top 3, all right? And then Amy Butler.
So top 3, you've got Natalie, Aaron, and Amy.
Yeah.
Is that right?
All chicks taking strong pictures.
Everybody got chicked in ultra running.
They did. They got chicked in the WDYFTY this week.
Yeah.
Richard was really close. You need to step it up next week, Richard. All right.
Safely.
Yes, safely. Oh, yeah. Please, yeah. Remember that conversation we had at the beginning of this podcast of being safe.
Yeah.
Please be safe. All right, Eric, I'm going to let you pick for this week.
No, this is yours. I picked last week.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Amy Butler won this week.
Oh, there we go.
It's a little East Coast love. Skipped right over the Midwest guys. Went straight for the East Coast. So, Amy, send us your contact information. You can send it to Eric at trailmanners.com.
Just manners@trailmanners.com.
Yes.
And we'll get out the WDYFTY hat from the Sign Garage.
Yeah.
But, man, some great shots again. And next week I think is going to be better. Like, I think people are stepping their game up the right time with the season change. We're going to have some snow, I bet, in some. We're going to have, which is okay, as long as it's in the mountains. We're going to have some colors on the mountainside. So I'm really looking forward to next week even more, right? A lot of evens there.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe I'll get out this weekend and take a picture.
Yeah, I think that's kind of where I'm at. I mean, I have my...
Have you seen this article?
Which one?
Sorry to have a squirrel moment.
Oh.
Female jogger dubbed the Mad Pooper is terrorizing Colorado Springs with poop.
In people's yards.
Yes.
What is going... And they have a picture of her.
I know.
But I'm like, so can't you catch her?
How can they not? Well, I mean, do you want to catch her? She's like a monkey. She'll throw her feces at you.
I would just call the cops. Like, they have a picture of this person.
They have a video of her, too.
Yeah, it's like... You can't call it the anonymous Mad Jogger. Just say this is so and so.
I like it though.
I like so-and-so.
Her name is the Mad Pooper.
But yeah, I think Could you imagine the retaliation?
Yeah,
her yard would look pretty bad. It'd look pretty shitty, right? But yeah, I saw that coming out yesterday. People were sharing it all over, and they have a picture. I'm like, okay, so it's the Mad Jogger.
Yeah,
but they're right there.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure that'd be against the law on some level, right? Can't you just get her arrested?
I think defecating in somebody's yard is maybe against the law. I hope it is.
I would hope. I don't know if there's an ordinance there.
I think there's a health ordinance
There's got to be something.
Right.
Pack it in, pack it out or something, right? Or it's just because you got to expose, so maybe it's indecent exposure. There's got to be some code.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is in Colorado Springs. Here it's the shotgun code.
Yeah.
You get on our lawn, you get pelted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's kind of one last thing. On Facebook, we published an article by AJW about ways not to DNF, like the 3 top reasons why people do and how to talk yourself out of it.
Yeah.
Super short read.
Right.
But it's on point.
Yeah.
For sure. But I'd like to know if anybody else has tricks besides those 3.
Right.
And I think we had it posted. But if you have any other tricks to help you when you get to that part where you're ready to be done, because those are always good to share with people. Kind of get you thinking differently, I guess. So, but yeah, I think that's it for this week. Yeah, that's it, right? Got anything else?
No, I think that's it. Again, thank you for the care package from Wisconsin.
Oh, that's amazing. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to go home and have a little something from it already. So, yeah, thanks for tuning in to episode 55. Sorry about the squirrel moments, but that's what you get from us. And we hope to hear some feedback from the questions we asked and the things we're talking about. So we'll see you next week at the Trail Manners podcast, and thanks for your support.